Imagine you're looking up at the night sky and you spot something unusual. It's not a plane or a star, and it's moving in ways you've never seen before. You've just seen a UFO, an unidentified flying object. Now, you might be thinking of little green men and flying saucers, but in reality, a UFO is simply something in the sky that we can't identify. It could be a weather balloon, a secret military aircraft, or yes, even potentially something from another world. When someone spots a UFO, it's not just a matter of curiosity. If there's something in our airspace that we can't identify, that could potentially be a security risk. So, it's important that there are protocols in place to handle these sightings and investigate them thoroughly. While the US has its protocols, what about other countries? How do they handle UFO sightings? But before we get into it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you want to get notified every time I upload a new video, click the bell icon as well. It really helps me out, and I appreciate it a lot. Alright, let's get started. The term UFO stands for Unidentified Flying Object. This doesn't necessarily mean aliens. It's simply a term for any object that's spotted in the sky that can't be easily identified. It could be an airplane, a drone, a weather balloon, or even a bird. But until it's identified, it's considered a UFO. Now, when it comes to identifying these objects, there are certain characteristics that are often reported. These can include the shape of the object, like if it's disc-shaped or cigar-shaped, its size, whether it's small like a drone or large like an airplane, and its color. Other features might include the number of objects seen, whether they were in formation or moving randomly, and any sounds associated with the sighting. The time, date, and location of the sighting are also important details. Weather conditions can play a big role in UFO sightings. For example, what might look like a strange light in the sky could actually be a weather phenomenon like lightning or the northern lights. When someone reports a UFO sighting, all of these details are important. They help investigators determine what the object might have been. For example, if someone reports seeing a fast-moving, disc-shaped object near an airport, investigators might conclude it was likely an airplane. So remember, just because something is labeled as a UFO doesn't mean it's extraterrestrial. It just means we haven't figured out what it is yet. Now let's delve into the specifics of how the US military handles UFO sightings. When a UFO is sighted, the US military has a set protocol to follow. This involves a rapid response team that conducts field investigations for these sightings. These teams are made up of experts from the Pentagon and the intelligence community, and their job is to respond quickly to any reported sightings. The findings from these investigations are then collected under a new Joint Unidentified Aerial Phenomena (UAP) office. This office is responsible for delivering all findings to Congress in annual reports and biannual briefings. This ensures that all relevant parties are kept up to date with the latest information. But it wasn't always this way. Back in 1958, the protocol was a bit different. If a member of the Air Force spotted a UFO, they would report all information and evidence of the sighting to their commanding officer. The Air Force would then conduct a follow-up investigation, analyze the information and evidence, and release information on UFO sightings to the public. Over time, these protocols have evolved as our understanding of technology and potential threats have changed. Today, the US military takes UFO sightings very seriously and has put in place rigorous protocols to ensure that all sightings are thoroughly investigated. Congressional involvement and legislation in UFO reporting. When it comes to UFO sightings, it's not just the military that's involved. Congress also plays a significant role in this area. They've passed legislation that requires the collection and analysis of data on these incidents. This isn't just about looking for signs of extraterrestrial life. It's also about understanding advanced technologies and potential threats. But who are the people behind this legislation? The new legislation to collect and analyze data on such incidents was sponsored in separate bills by Representative Ruben Gallego and Sen. Kirsten Gillibrand, and was co-sponsored by Sens. Marco Rubio, Roy Blunt, Martin Heinrich, and Lindsey Graham. These individuals recognize the importance of understanding UFO sightings and are working to ensure that the U.S. is prepared for any potential threats. So when it comes to UFO sightings, it's clear that it's not just a matter for the military. Our elected officials are also deeply involved in ensuring that these incidents are thoroughly investigated and understood. You might be wondering, why all this fuss about UFOs? Why is the military and even Congress so interested in these sightings? The answer lies in the potential implications of these unidentified objects. Firstly, an unidentified object has no known origin or explanation and thus poses a possible threat to American security. If there's something in our airspace that we can't identify, that could potentially be a security risk. So it's important that these sightings are taken seriously and investigated thoroughly. Secondly, these unidentified objects could potentially represent highly advanced or experimental technology. By studying these objects, we might be able to learn more about these technologies and even potentially reverse engineer them. This could lead to significant advancements in our own technology. Finally, the data collected from these sightings could be used to justify requests for funding in the future. If the military can show that there are real, tangible threats or opportunities associated with these sightings, they might be able to secure more funding for research and development. So, while UFO sightings might seem like the stuff of science fiction, they have very real implications for national security and technological advancement. While we've focused a lot on the U.S., it's important to remember that UFO sightings are a global phenomenon. Different countries have their own protocols for handling these sightings, and there's a lot we can learn from comparing these approaches. For example, some countries might have more centralized methods for reporting and investigating sightings, while others might rely more on local authorities. Some countries might prioritize public transparency, while others might keep their findings more classified. In addition, international cooperation can play a big role in understanding UFO sightings. By sharing data and findings, countries can pool their resources and knowledge to get a better understanding of these phenomena. However, international cooperation in this field is not always easy. Different countries have different priorities and concerns, and sharing sensitive information can be a delicate matter. Despite these challenges, the global nature of UFO sightings means that international cooperation is essential. By working together, we can hope to unravel the mysteries of these unidentified flying objects. The protocols for responding to UFO sightings have evolved over time and will likely continue to do so as our understanding of these phenomena grows. From the U.S. military's rapid response teams to Congress's legislation on data collection, every sighting is an opportunity to learn more about our world and potentially others. So next time you look up at the night sky, remember, there's a lot more going on than meets the eye. If you like what I do in here, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you have some anime that you'd like me to cover, write it down in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.